Hey YouTube. It's been an interesting day today, and I kind of just want to clear my head about what's happening. Yesterday being the summer solstice, today being the manifestation of that coming full circle, people have been showing themselves in their truth. And when people show you who they are, believe them. I say that to say, disingenuous people are just that, disingenuous people. And people that think that they can get over on you will try to do that. They'll butter you up and say, yeah, you're good at this, you're good at that, you're so talented, you're so pretty, you're so handsome, you're so whatever it is that they're trying to convey to you, to convince you to be swayed to whatever they're saying to you. Okay, so here's the scenario. This morning, 7 something in the morning, a person, an acquaintance of mine, inboxed me and was like, good morning, it's been a long time, how have you been, etc., etc. Now, a little background information about this person. Seeing that this person was a friend or an acquaintance or an associate of a person I used to be involved with, and we'll call him my twin, because my cousin's gonna beat my ass if I don't. But anyway, speaking of twins, Twinflame, he is my twin. I've said it on camera. There you go, Rihanna. Anyway, he is an acquaintance of my twin flame, and my twin flame is in a situation as a result of this individual and their association with one another and another person. Okay, well, this situation has lasted probably 6 months or more now, and I am just appalled and hysterical about the audacity of the person thinking that they're in the clear to come for me. And when I say come for me, to try to take me out and entertain me and this and that and the other. So I knew when the person hit my inbox this morning, I chuckled, I laughed, I said, okay, Lord, this is what today is going to be about. Okay, well, let's see how far this bullshit goes. So true to form, you're yapping, talking about you're doing good, you're cool in the city, you're taking care of your children, you're back in church, you even ask God for your wife, right? So I'm like, really? Are you ready for that? Like, there's preparation for that. And I know that on my journey to become a wife, I've been in preparation for years, lifetimes. So I know that if I'm just getting to the point where I'm like, okay, this is what this really is about, I'm surely knowing that this individual is not ready. But I asked the question anyway to jaw jack, and So that being said, the person was like, yeah, So then I asked, I said, well, did you have a person in mind? And the person was like, well, no, I don't, but I do know that I'm talking to a good woman. See, intersect there again, you thought that you was going to say something to me that was going to have me like, oh, you talking about me, whatever, right? Not really. But you then say, are you single? And technically, yes, I'm single. But you guys, with this twin flame journey, you're not single. You're with your beloved and your mirror for all of eternity. So whatever. So that being the case, he goes on and was like, well, would it be a problem for me to ask you out or ask you to take you out? I said, are you asking me out? And then he was like, well, yeah, but I don't know what you like, so but I'm open to whatever. Okay, another thing. Don't come at me sideways with that bullshit because I'm a grown ass woman, for one. Two, I'm not interested. And three, you with the bullshit. You want to see if you can get in my company to do whatever it is, get whatever the information is that you're hoping to get, and think that I'm just going to be this weak ass little girl. Not going to happen. So, anyway, the day goes on, and I get annoyed and I start reading his ass. And I'm like, really? I said, now, you come at me with we'll kick it, we'll see. I'm not with that. A man in and of itself will state his claim and make moves to obtain whatever that is that he claims he wants. Right? So he was like, well, I'm sorry I asked. He did a whole lot of backpedaling and sidestepping and two steps, right? So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I'm not fucked up about it because I wasn't interested anyway. And I'm not really down for the whole crew pass around. I'm not the crew chick. I'm an ocean type of chick. And I don't swim in ponds. You know, if one person contaminates the pond, then the whole damn pond is contaminated. But in the ocean, if you think like oil spills, yeah, the oil spill may contain a whole lot of meters in the ocean, but the whole goddamn ocean is not affected. Some parts of the ocean is still intact. It's too deep, too wide, and too vast to be contaminated by one entity. So, that being said, this little pond nigga got the deuces, got the shutdown, got, whatever. So I say all that to circle back around to when you're on your twin flame journey. Yes, you guys will have gone through a multitude of things. Things will seep through the soil of your relationship and will resurface for you to address, nip in the bud, clip, whatever. There's some weeds that you have to pull up. There's some flowers that will bloom, but there will be some weeds that will spring up and try to choke the shit out of your shit. So that was what this person was. Me and my twin really haven't talked a whole lot. We dealt with each other for almost 5 years. Then we have a almost 4-year-old daughter, and we have been separated for a year and 3 or 4 months almost now. So we talk sporadically, but at the end of the day, loyalty is above all what you can be in a relationship, and to have integrity and be true to heart, it matters. So if you are wanting someone to uphold you and be truthful to you and this and the other, then you have to demonstrate that on your own. Shout out to Ray. She's in my ear, but she's telling the truth. If the shoe was on the other foot and my twin was entertaining another person, which in fact he has, I would not be appreciative of that. I'll be like on some fuck that nigga shit, and I'll be on my way doing my own thing. Not to say that I'll be doing other people, but I'll just be doing my own thing like I've been doing, just being about my family or whatever. However, because this shit hurts. I mean, you want somebody that's for you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want somebody that's willing to share themselves physically with another person. You don't want somebody to get quote unquote your love and your understanding and your efforts. That's especially if you have invested in that person and invested your time, invested your craft, invested your body, your whatever it is that you've invested. You don't want someone to turn around and spit on that and say that ain't shit. So I guess in a sense, I was possibly, well, I was wrong to let it go on so long and didn't shut it down earlier. But I was just really tripping off the fact that this person was had the audacity to think that they could come up into my presence, as shameful as they are, and think that I would bite the bait that they put out there. I don't know if the perception is, okay, well, she's going for whatever it is that somebody put out there, or if that's just that type of nigga. Well, I'm not going for the okie doke. I haven't ever gone for the okie doke. Now, there have been people that have tried to play me out and they've gotten shown up, and I've had to leave that ass alone. And I have no qualms being alone, to myself, by myself, for myself, because at least I know how to treat myself. And that in of itself, if I love me, then you have no other choice but to love me. But if I don't love me, then you can treat me any way you want to, because you see that I don't love me. But that's far from the truth in this case, because I love myself to death, to life, to all in between. I am heaven on earth. And there's nothing else that you can tell me about it. So I say all that to say, I won't be entertaining any more bullshit, even if it's for kicks and giggles. But I encourage you guys to stay the course, to keep the vision, um, to hold the vision, and to keep putting your intentions out there, and so that they will manifest. God bless. Take care.